Morning, all. Welcome to day 3 of the book read, Paleo Cardiologist. Dr. Jared Erdmeyer here. As most of you know, as you're watching, we're currently setting up to do a book read with anybody that would like to of this book, which I personally feel is probably the best book I've ever read on a single series of conditions related to heart disease. One of the things that I've noticed, though, as we've made these last 2 broadcasts is that this is not meant to be necessarily controversial. This is meant to empower. So what I encourage you to do, if anything that I share here is unique or maybe different from what you've heard, I'd encourage you to research it. I encourage you to ask your doctor about it. I encourage you to read the book. For those that are current clients, as a reminder, we are giving these books out complimentary. If you'd like to read them, we can either reserve you a book by you posting a comment or in the comments box, or you can pick one up should you feel comfortable coming to the office. So couple things about this book. We're doing it a little different today because what we're going to do is start on page 71 and 72, because they are, I feel like, a good lead into starting to talk about the dietary part and how medications affect your body and some natural alternatives, and really, like I said, empower you to make the best decisions for your health. So if you start on page 71, it says The Failed Promise of Big Pharma. That's the title. And there's a quote that starts, says, "The person who takes medicine for disease must recover twice, once from the disease and once from the medicine." I'm going to read that again. "The person who takes medicine for disease must recover twice, once from the disease and once from the medicine." Now, I want to make a point here in that medication can absolutely be life-saving. If you're having a heart attack, a stroke, car accident, there's a lot of life-saving things, but many chronic disease medications are things that have a limited total upside and could be very much influenced, probably more by your lifestyle than from the medication itself. So, for starters, if you don't feel that way, if you feel like medication is just the best thing ever, consider this. You can look at any healthcare study on America's overall health, whether you look at longevity or years of potential life loss. You can look at World Health Organization studies, but America typically ranks at the bottom. The study in this on page 71 talks about America being ranked 34th out of 35th for all industrialized countries in terms of life expectancy. So you think about if medication was really what fixed everything, our life expectancy would be much better. But there's a lifestyle component. To go along with that, drugs have so many side effects that they may prevent one thing, but they don't always extend life. The sad reality is that 90% of all Americans that are 60 years old or older are on at least one medication. 20% are on at least 5, and that's a 2014 study. There are things that show now over the last 5 years that has grown dramatically with the amount of people that are on medication. And just think about this. If you take medication for a problem, let's say somebody who takes 5 different prescriptions, is there any chance that somebody on 5 prescriptions is dramatically healthier than somebody on no prescriptions that's done the exact same blood work, exact same testing? Medication is not truly preventative, it's treatment. And so the more you can do to help your body not need it, the more it can function better, the better off you are. The last statement on page 72 that I'd like to point out is, use something as simple as the gallbladder, which some people would look at as an unnecessary organ. It's not necessary for life, but it is necessary for your optimum health. The gallbladder is what emulsifies or helps you digest fat, along with many other things, but that helps with vitamin absorption. It helps with other nutrient absorption. It is very, very important for life. And so if you get sick, if your gallbladder has damage and you have your gallbladder removed, the factors that cause your gallbladder to be damaged are still present in most cases. So you taking the sick organ out might help in the short term, but it doesn't fix the underlying problem. And as you know, for anybody that's ever, we are all about get to the cause of the healthcare problem to allow your body to heal and function at its best. Now, to start going through page 21 through 26, starting on page 23, I'd like to show you this, what they call the Dr. Wolfson Paleo Pyramid. But you'll notice here, So there's a few things it talks about. Vegetables are the backbone of any really good diet. Secondly, those people that consume meat, every culture in history has consumed meat of some types. You'll notice they're very adamant about healthy meats, not cheap meats. So we're not talking about meat from McDonald's or something like that. One of the most, I'm going to say, disgusting things that I've observed with this hysteria that's going on around COVID-19 is that, for people, we can all agree that social distancing helps with decreasing the spread and that kind of stuff. But consider this, if it's a virus and you're going to come in contact with it, don't you want to have your best possible health? The best way to have a strong immune system is to do the things that build immunity: eat healthy, exercise, drink lots of water, get plenty of sleep, take extra supplements, get adjusted. All these things are proven and shown to boost immunity. And yet, the day before the shelter in place occurred, I drove from Rockford to Freeport, and both on State Street in Rockford and on the main drive in Freeport, the McDonald's had cars blocking the road because so many people were driving through. We have a bundt cake restaurant, our shop right next to us, and 2 weeks ago there was an hour-and-a-half wait to get a free $4 bundt cake, which all that sugar and carbohydrates is shown to dramatically reduce your immune system. So if this is really so serious, people should not only be buckling down and staying away, but they should also be building their immunity, not eating crap. And so when you do these things, you really build your body's chance of healing. Now, going beyond the food pyramid, like I said, that foundation being vegetables, you'll notice if you're going to eat paleo, the thing that they talk about, paleo is devoid of a few simple things. While they are pro eggs and pro milk or dairy at very young ages, it goes in the book about how your body produces less lactase, or the ability to break down, some of the milk enzymes. And so people that are very pro paleo tend to avoid dairy in general, unless you're eating raw, grass-fed, organic dairy. So when you think of eating traditional cheese and that kind of stuff, that can be very hard on your body, cause allergies, weaken the immune system, cause you to absorb hormones that throw things off. Secondary, paleo is very devoid of grain, especially the grains like we have it now, with the exception of some what they call ancient grains. If you're not familiar with ancient grains, ask Siri. You can get a whole list just by looking up on your phone. And then lastly, big thing is avoiding sugar. Sugar was not naturally occurring year-round in nature, and sugar is very hard on your immune system. It's not good for your overall health. It causes inflammation in your body, which can raise blood pressure, can raise blood sugar, feed cancer, all that kind of stuff. So if we're going to be simple, lots of vegetables, really try and avoid grains, sugars, and much of the especially conventional dairy. Now, if you remember nothing else, is really all you need to know about eating paleo to be able to do it. You might compare that to our advanced plan for those of you that are current clients in the book, and the book that we have, the Align Your Health book that most of you probably have. And so that does allow dairy, but in the best forms. Also minimizes fruit for sugar, seasonal fruit being better. A lot of people don't realize that fruit that's grown locally has about 40% more nutrients than stuff that's shipped in. So even when you're trying to get the overall health benefits, also in chapter or page 21 through 26, it talks about being compared to the Mediterranean diet, which is also an excellent healthy eating diet. But when you compare it, let's just say for weight loss, which is why a lot of people eat healthy, eating paleo is shown to be significantly more weight loss effective than the Mediterranean diet and many other types. So lastly here, I want to talk about calcium and greens. So calcium and greens, why are we talking about that? First of all, a lot of people think that they need to eat dairy to get their calcium. Pasteurized dairy, so dairy that's heated, loses about 90% of the calcium absorption. So a couple ways to get better dairy, or not dairy, better calcium. So if you're worried about osteoporosis or just calcium as a whole, the simple solution in this book's opinion, and also in my opinion, if you get at least 2 servings of green vegetables a day and eat some red meat every month, you're going to get enough calcium. The key to absorbing calcium is vitamin D. So you can get vitamin D by getting outside, by being in the sunlight. You can also get vitamin D by taking a good supplement. You really, really want to avoid vitamin D from a synthetic supplement. It really just does not work at absorption. So you want a whole food supplement. Ours is actually extracted from lamb's wool, so it's made by an animal and then put into the pill form. But vitamin D helps absorb calcium. So if you were going to make a simple thing, and I'm actually going to post a video about this tomorrow, but the Max Greens supplement, if you're not very good at getting green vegetables, take Max Greens. It tastes good. You can shake it in water. I do it every single day. And lately, to boost my immune system, I'm doing it twice a day. So I literally follow the exact same thing you see in clinic, taking 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C, 10,000 units of vitamin D, which is 2 of our pills. I get adjusted extra. I eat healthy. We're sleeping extra. Normally we get up at 5, sleeping in a little bit more to try and boost that immune system. And then I'm doing a greens drink before breakfast and most of the time before lunch every single day. It's a great way to boost your immune system. It's a great way to get these healthy vitamins and minerals that really help your body heal and function best. So again, post your comments if you like this. If you'd like a book and you're a current client, post in here or come in and get one. Hope you're enjoying these, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Don't forget, Monday night is the 1-hour seminar at 6:45 on Facebook Live. And if you want to review this, we are posting all these to YouTube as well. Have an awesome day.